All right, guys. So sometimes you got to come out here and you got to, if you have a leak, you got to find out where it's coming from. You got to duplicate the problem. First thing you want to do is make sure measure out with a roller how much hose you need. In this case, we needed almost 200 feet. It was like 175 feet of hose that we needed. First off, you don't want to get the area any more wet than you have to. Of course, this is going to have a little bit of leakage. I'm partly just doing this as an example because it doesn't have the exterior on here yet, but we're checking this flashing tape. You want to hold it low and get it close here because you don't want to, we've already done this over here, so everything's already wet. But you want to keep it as dry as you can and isolate the problem. Like from here to here, hold it, maybe spend 3 or 4 minutes there, have somebody else or you go look on the other side, see if you're getting leakage. And as you're doing that, you want to keep working your way down. In this case, I don't want to do it again, but we found out there's no awning here and that the water that we were getting leaks here. Whenever we put the water hose right there on it, I mean, we put this thing through the ringer. I mean, we were spraying it down hard, and we got it to duplicate the problem. And then as we were spraying it, we took a video on the inside. You can probably zoom in and see all that water, and we showed how there was a direct correlation. We put water here, water came out there. And that case, we started at the bottom to check it down here. We found out we didn't find any holes down here, but what we did find was the tracks, and this door was getting here. You have to have an awning, guys. Every single door has to have an awning. And they also need a 2 to a 4-inch step for an outdoor patio. Like every exterior door needs 4 inches between it and the interior. This customer, we showed up later on the job. The mistake had already been made and we didn't do it. But the customer said they wanted no step. And anyway, you have to have a step. Now, if you're gonna put a roof over this and kind of make it like a garage, that might be a little bit different. But she wanted no roof to keep the view and no step to keep it handicap accessible. You can't get that. You don't get that, not with a door. So you gotta have an awning and you gotta have a 2 to a 4-inch step. If it's dirt, I wanna see 4 inches. But concrete, sometimes they'll let you get away with 2. But you just hold this hose on here and you try to duplicate the problem. We also found that the door leaked whenever we put water right there. So now we know, we've at least broken it down that you got at least one problem where water's coming in from the top or the side during really heavy rain, which we only get a few times a year. So we can't really wait for the weather to do that. We have to simulate the problem. And that was one way that we did it. But that's how you duplicate problems and use a water hose to leak check.